Okay, so what I've shown you there is just very quickly what you have there now is that's just showing you the end user, and now I'm going to show you the merchant view. So the merchant view, right, so this is the other important side, it's the merchant view. Now what will happen is that when a user goes in here, so if he goes back to the user, so there's a section down here which is join our business. So we'll have like an onboarding section for any pub that wants to join Tabla. And in this section, so after the video, after whatever system we use, if they want to sign up, they sign up here. Okay, so this is already done. So just bear with me. Just pretend that I put it in. I'll show you how our system will do that later on. So this is a merchant joins, and once they join, then they can get access to the merchant demo here, which I'm going to show you. And this merchant demo is here. So you see merchant dummy ID, they access it through here, and then they go into their section. Okay, so their default view, which is what they see here, right? Now, obviously, the first time they go on, they're not going to see anything because they won't have done any of they won't have created any products. We will have some products, some default products already set up for them so they can get going very, very quickly. But just to start, we're going to start here from left to right, and I think it's the best way. So they'll start with the training. So we'll have training videos in here that will explain everything that you do. Plus, they'll have different folders and stuff like that that will just make the whole onboarding process really, really easy. They can integrate with their Facebook page, and this is really important because what we're doing is we're not interested in anyone who doesn't have a Facebook or a strong online presence, right? There's just absolutely no point. If they are not a progressive pub, if they're not already trying to reach customers with new offers and new ideas, we don't want to know about them. They're of no benefit to us. There's an internal messaging system. I don't have any. So this is just internal messages between ourselves and the admin level, which I'll explain to you later on. There's also request to add cities. This is an important feature because some pubs, some companies will have pubs in other cities and they want a new city added. So you can't just add a city to the system. It has to be okayed with us. Okay, so there's a lot of control on how quickly our system can grow because its quality is really, really important. Okay, and if you look at any of the videos that I've been giving you about the platform revolution, is that you really need to take care of the quality and make sure that everybody in our system adheres to our policies and adheres to the vision and the values of what we're trying to achieve. A pub can ask for their city to be added, and that is done. That is approved by the administration or the moderator level. Also here, in this case, the merchant wants to add this charity. So they maybe have a student charity, they're a student pub, and they want to add this charity that they've been working with. And what happens is a percentage of every deal they sell is allocated to that charity. Again, the system manages all that. And what a lot of customers or a lot of merchants have found, well, a lot of pubs have found that customers really localize. They really feel that if they're also adding value to a charity, that it's a really good thing. And I think that's. I remember when I did this in 20 years ago in City Discounts, that I was laughed at. Like I was laughed at the idea of giving a percentage of my profits to charity right from the start. And now it's like commonplace, absolutely commonplace for people to do it. So. Report. Now this is where it gets good. Where I love it, right? So within the system, everything is counted. Okay, so obviously this is a demo model that I'm showing you here, and it has demo transactions, so you can see all of the transactions. The person themselves, the merchant, can see the number the number of deals sold, acquisition rate. So there's a whole kind of analytics involved in it at a very high level. So, and this is right throughout the system, from especially in the admin area. But this is really useful for the merchant, because they can see for the first time ever, like, this is, you have to understand this, that the merchants have not been able to sell anything online. 99% of progressive pubs, 99% of the pubs that I'm talking about with high online presence, have not been using call to actions or CTAs. So they have never sold online. They just haven't got the concept that actually, you know, the people that their customers who are used to, you know, booking online for restaurants, they're used to booking seats on buses, they're used to booking their holidays and hotels and stuff like that, and paying for things, that these customers are ready, like, to pay upfront, like, for €100 bar tab, so that they and their friends can ensure they get the maximum out of their 2 or 3 hours in a pub. So it's tablet time. It's time for this kind of solution. Transaction history, obviously we haven't processed any transactions for this particular customer. There will be some on the admin side. As I said to you, these are all just demo models. And then you've got, this is the interesting, you've got the deals and products. So here you go. We'll just look at, for this customer, these are all the deals they have. They can preview it. So that's what it looks like. And they can, let's say, they can look at company reviews. So these are all the reviews that have been left by customers for their deals. And this, again, is a really important feature, and it's with Tableau, because this is what creates the link between the customer and the user at a different level. Okay, so it's kind of like a private level. So we have Facebook and Yelp and all those kind of review levels, and there's very little control that the customer has. But here they have control over it in an ecosystem that works with their best customers. And like, I know from managing a pub, it's an absolute pain in the hole when a customer that you don't even want comes in and reviews your pub. And actually, you know, I turned it on its head, because what I did was I said, right, this pub isn't for him. And so I turned all bad reviews on their head and say, look, you know, I showed the review, and, you know, I said, you know, Slattery's isn't everyone's cup of tea, because it's not. I was prepared to lose 20% of my business in order to make the 80% happier. And that's true. Like, you know, 20% of your business are going to cause you 80% of your problems. And it's the Pareto laws, Pareto principle that I truly believe in, and it's true in sports as well. So this is one of the key, a really good feature. It also creates trust. So, for example, in Uber and Airbnb, you know, there's ratings, so people trust each other. And if you actually become a bad customer, you can actually get kicked out of the system, both for the merchants and the others, the users. What else do we have? That's reviews and ratings, options, attributes. This again is just that's just products. Ours don't have the different options. You can if we wanted to have one product with different tables in each, like, so you can have one room with 5 tables, another room with 4 tables. But I'll go into that. This is just technical stuff. Adding a new product. This is the really cool part. Okay, now, yeah. So effectively here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 steps to creating a product on Tableau. So when the pub is coming on, they say, right, what's the name of the product? And we will have everything already done. So if you can understand, actually, I might be able to show you here. So, yeah. So I just done a test here, just for example. So here's what for the World Cup, just for instance. I just created 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like, big group games, right? Just as samples. So that would be the name of a product there, and so that will be used for the standard name. deal subtitle, don't worry about that. Deal type, so this would be a deal or a product. All our deals will be deals, so it'll be like a voucher. Online, it'll be like an online booking. And then the deal starts on, it'll be only a particular day that the deal can happen on. So it'll have to be, anyway, this is all technical stuff. I don't really need to, but this is where you have all of the deal information. So we'll have this already pre-filled, because at the start especially, all of our deals will be very similar. So every pub will be just, so I've learned this as well. Just make it as easy as possible for the pub to get selling, right? So this is what we're going to focus on, especially if we don't have to worry too much about getting, our first 50 or first 100 pubs. Like if we don't have to, think too much about how to market it, if we can actually go directly and knock on the door and get the pubs that I want involved in this, we can really focus on the user experience and make sure that this part of it is just super simple, because we can put it in, because it's just a matter of work. It's just a matter of work. That's all. And I'm not afraid of a bit of work. So again, the system. Now, this is a beautiful thing that I want to explain. The system allows for multiple tax rates. So you have to realize that on a global product, you have a thing called sales tax. And in the States, it's really complicated. Around the world, there's all these sales taxes. But the beautiful thing about Tabla is that we're selling a voucher right now, because a voucher, and because in the pubs, they often sell food, they sell coffee, and they sell alcohol, and they sell soft drinks. So because of this, we have a unique kind of beautiful accidental system where all those products normally have different VAT rates. And because they have different VAT rates, our entire system falls into a kind of special treatment where they say that the tax can only has to be paid at redemption, because the tax cannot be properly calculated at the point of sale of my sale. So that means that I do not even have to use this functionality. I can just, we don't have to worry about collecting tax and paying tax, and that is a massive advantage. But again, Tabla does allow for every eventuality, and you'll see it in the report sections. So that's just like the first step. Then obviously the location. Now, so it's not allowing me to go to the next step, it's not allowing me to go to the next step. So I'm going to show you this later on. Actually, I'll tell you how I can show you. I can show you by going into one of these. Let me see, just hold on 1 second. Okay, so I don't think I can go directly into here, but I'm going to show you that I think they've switched off functionality here, but I want to show you a couple of things here. First of all, the merchant can look, and he just has a quick look. It tells him price, discount, right? In this case, this is discount, saving, deal price 90. Here he can look at vouchers sold, how many sales they've had of that particular voucher. He can see total sales including attributes. So this just refers to the affiliates and all that stuff that I'll explain later on. The amount that is due to them, because this hasn't been used. Deal is not tipped yet, more than so I'm going to show you all that in a second. Particulars, there's no charity on this one. Vouchers, reviews, right? So we can go directly into the reviews for this product. And I just want to show you something here. Deal-wise transaction. Just where was it that I wanted to show you? It's quite cool. Yeah, vouchers here, right? So here's the list of all the vouchers, right, that are out there and either used or unused. So this is particularly for our system. Is that a pub will have all of the ones that are sold, and there's a voucher code, okay, and the email address of the user that's bought it, the quantity that they've bought, they usually only buy one quantity, and this is the payment status. So it's been paid, but has it been used? So here it's a used. So let's see, voucher detail. Here you go. That's all the stuff that's sent out. Again, one of the features that I'm doing is I'm changing and customizing all this. This is just a standard email that's sent out, but this is all customized, and all the information will be here regarding, and I'll show you that later on in the other demo model. So look, I don't want to spend too long on this, but you should be able to get the idea that there's one of the things that you should be able to get the idea of how it actually works. So this is the merchant going in and having his own section of deals that he sold, and everything is calculated, so he knows how much money he's due. In terms of his own account information, that's it there. You'll see like his name, his location, his phone number. Our system will have geolocation, so it actually uses a map and says that's where you are, and he cannot have any pubs outside that city within that profile. So then that's where he puts his logo, which gives him his own logo on the emails that go out to everybody. That's really important. So it's not a tabla, it's his one. So add location, manage location. Yes, so for example, he might, let's see what he has here. Okay, so this fella has 2 locations. So in this, if it was a pub, he'd have 2 locations there. And he can add a location. So he can say, look, give me another location, and it'll be submitted on our system. There'll be a geolocation mapping on it there as well. Okay, so that shows you effectively the functionality within the merchant area. And later on, it'll make more sense to you when I show you just how it looks like from the pub perspective. So there won't be any information there, but it'll just make more sense to you.